Hi guys, welcome back to another episode of St. Pauli Rising. Now, this is going to be probably one of the shorter episodes that I've ever done, purely because there's only 3 games this month, and there isn't a great deal to talk about, although there's still plenty of crap, and that is disappointing. Like, I know we got our asses handed to us against Hamburg, and I can have no complaints about that, because we were just poor, and my tactics were wrong, and that is my fault. However, this month, I don't think we've deserved the results we've got. I'm gonna just... yeah, basically, we started off the month against Schalke at home, and I just decided that we should try and get something from this game. Schalke aren't having the worst season in the world, and we did alright until sort of half-time. And, you know, naturally, Bernardinari got himself sent off, because that's what he does, and I'm getting sick of it now. We might need to start looking for another player that can play that role, because I cannot be dealing with this crap anymore. He's getting booked in almost every game, which means he's suspended every 5 games. He seems to be getting sent off more and more, and it's just a liability, and it's costing us points now, and we can't be dealing with that. Like, Matip scored from a header just before half-time, which ruined my plan, because we were actually doing okay up until that point, which meant we had to come out in the second half, and then, of course, Klaus-Jan Huntelaar was able to make it 2-0 before Julian Draxler made it 3, and that was pretty much the end of that. I mean, I'm surprised they didn't get more, frankly, because we were down to 10 men for the last 25 minutes of this game, and it was poor. Poor. However, we then went to Hanover, and I was so disappointed in this one as well, because Hanover are bottom of the league. I mean, I can't fault... I mean, look at that. 2 shots. Nothing I could change seemed to make any difference in this game, and I don't know what the problem was. It wasn't working for us. Brandy actually gave us the lead. I don't know how. And then they got a dodgy penalty, as always, and Leon Andreasen, who I'm pretty sure used to play for Fulham at some point. I know I keep doing that he used to play for Fulham. Well, I'm pretty certain that he did. I recognise the name. Yep, there we are. Whoa, did they pay for him? Jesus. I don't remember him being very good, so maybe yet another one of the reasons that Fulham are not a Premier League side anymore. Christ on a bike. So yeah, it was a pretty poor performance from us, but we actually managed to get away with a point, and although they're the bottom club, we kind of needed that, because we have really been struggling to keep our heads above water, and it was away from home, so that's good. Unfortunately, this is the game this month that has really pissed me off, and this is obviously, therefore, going to be the highlighted game for this episode, and oh my god. Right, so yeah, I'm just going to see you guys straight to the highlights, because this is so irritating. See you guys in a sec. Now, Mainz actually started the game fairly well, and they shot out at us, and Danny Shahin was able to put them in front on 9 minutes. Thankfully, we can score from corners too. Rakowski's ball in, and it sort of deflected in a little bit here, but Gunter will claim it, and I will let him have it. And that equalised for us, and I was happy. Bit piss-poor goalkeeping, admittedly, but then goalkeeping errors, that's a thing now, isn't it? Then, they were red-carded. They got Yero sent off on the 22nd minute, which was great, because I thought, right, that amount of time against 10 men, we've got to win this game. There's no excuses. Ratskowski with a lovely ball out here, out wide to Yati, who just swings a long ball across, and who at the far post? There but Michael Gerlitz, and Gerlitz on 34 minutes is able to make it 2-1 to St. Pauli. Happy days. Then, as you can see, well, look at the clear-cut chances. 4 clear-cut chances to 1. Then this happened. De Blaus, ball in. Ball is headed up in the air. Our goalkeeper runs out for no apparent reason, and it's just headed over his head. Because goalkeeping errors. Lovely. Oh, Yero. Okay, maybe it was someone else that was sent off. I think it was Gonzalo Chiara, who I believe used to play for West Brom, or maybe plays for... Anyway, yeah. And then Rakowski managed to score a great free kick for us, which we really, really needed on 50 minutes. And I thought, right, we can sum this up. We can get this game nice and done. And against 10 men, we were very, very solid. But then, as you know what happens in this game when you try to defend a 1-goal lead, well, this is what happens when you try to defend a 1-goal lead. Cagliari here, with the ball in the centre of the pitch, just ball played out wide, ball played across the box, and put into the net. And, I mean, I have no complaints about the goal, it's just the fact that, this 4 clear-cut chances to 1, we were dominant in this game, and we should have won it. But you just cannot seem to win these games. And it's so frustrating. Oh, it was Gonzalo Yara, yeah. I thought it was. They had Yero and Yara. Gonzalo Yara, I'm pretty certain, used to play for West Brom, or definitely did play for Forest at some point. Got them both right. Sorry, I've tested my own trivia knowledge here for some reason. Yeah, so we were unable to win that, and we've got some really, really tough games coming up next month. we've got, firstly, an away game against Nuremberg in the Cup, and that's when I might try some stuff out in just to see what we can do. We then have Wolfsburg away in the league, which is going to be mightily tough, and then we have Hertha Berlin at home, which is also going to be tough, before the crunch game against Freiburg, and I'll show you how important that game is for us now. We are 2 points above the automatic, 3 points above the automatic relegation zone, and 2 points above the playoff spot relegation zone part. So again, we're actually doing well to keep our heads above water, and I think we're actually still exceeding our expectations by being here. So I reckon if we can get a point a game this season, we can stay up, and then we can try and build on that. But look at Bayern. They did actually drop points. They got a 0-0 draw, I think, with Hertha Berlin away from home. So they have still only conceded 4 goals this season, I think. Yeah, it was a 0-0 with Hertha Berlin, but yeah, they don't seem to do conceding goals. They just score lots and lots and lots of them. They're going to win the league at an absolute canter, essentially. So prepare for that. Taking a little look at the squad, we have a lot of injuries, is essentially the way I'd like to treat this. I mean, a few of them have come back now, but we did have a few more out than this as well. It was looking much, much worse. We were sort of, like, from here to here, we were looking at pretty much injuries. It was stupid. So it's nice to have a couple of those guys back, to be honest. As for goals, well, Soren Brandy... Oh, wait, I've got to turn off my... Yeah. Soren Brandy is the top goal scorer, though. Assists... Oh, that's our under-21s. We need to turn that off. And our under-19s. Right, yeah. So assists is Ismail Yati, who I think it's actually been a decent signing for us, to be fair. Player of the match is Yati and Rakowski. Pass rating, Dennis Dauber, still right up there. Yellow cards, look, Nerig's got 8 yellows and 2 reds in 12 starts. Something has to be done about that. Thankfully he's injured, which means he can't hurt anyone, basically. He's like... do you know in the movie The Bug's Life, there's that really evil grasshopper that they have to keep on a leash? That is Bernard Nerig. That's a really obscure reference, but if you get that reference, then excellent. As for average rating, well, that is Tom Tribal as well. Now, I have just received a comment that talks a lot about opposition instructions and set pieces and stuff, and I haven't had a chance to fully read it, but it does look quite in-depth. So, firstly, thank you for that comment. I've literally just read it, because I'm recording this on Saturday evening. So, hopefully when I do my next sort of recording session of stuff, I will be able to take into account some of that knowledge that you've just imparted onto me. So, thank you for that. Also, hit 300 subscribers early, which was awesome, so thank you to all of you guys that are new, and those of you that have been with me for, well, I would say from the start, but the start was only like 2 months ago, so that's crazy, but thank you to all of you. And yeah, join us in the next episode where we have that crunch game against Freiburg, and hopefully it will not be another dour performance that leaves us really, really struggling. I will try and figure something out, because we do need to rethink our approach. Hopefully, maybe there'll be another update, I don't know. Hopefully we can come up with something. I will... Also, if you've got any suggestions for players to try and pick up in January, awesome, because we do still have a little bit of budget available. Not a great deal. We've got 400k and we've got 9,000 in wages, which isn't a lot, but I can move some money around and do what, you know, and try and make some money available for that too. So if you've got any bargains that I can maybe grab, then feel free to drop those in the comments as well. Anyway, if you guys have enjoyed this episode, please feel free to drop a like on it, and if you'd like to even more than that, please feel free to hit that big old juicy red throbbing blah blah blah, I always do that, subscribe button in the top right hand corner, and I will see you guys in the next episode for the Freiburg game, and hopefully we're not already relegated by then. Well, not that that's even possible, but yeah, I will see you guys then. So, bye bye.